Welcome to Lost in the Lakes, where you get brews, reviews, but best of all, views.
We're on a small adventure. We're just coming down off the hills after a night out, and I've spotted a small reservoir in the distance there, and we've got a little lake called Overwater, which I've never been to. So we're going to see if we can get down to Overwater itself, and if we can, see if we can get to that reservoir. It does look interesting. Never even knew that was there, or never really kind of seen it until now. I didn't realise how big it was. So I'll make my way off the hill, get in the van, we'll drive down to Overwater, have a little look around there and see if we can make our way onwards to the reservoir. So I'm just looking at the OS map here of what this reservoir is, and it's called Chapel House Reservoir, and it looks like it feeds from Overwater itself. There's some more interesting stuff around Overwater. If we've got time we can have a look. There's a little part on the map that says moat, which is certainly interesting. We've got this little gem up here that says Castle How. When you look at it, it looks like it's maybe an old castle, or there's lines going up to it, like there's a line of almost like little pits dug into the side, and then you got the treetops there. And for where it is, it looks like it would be a nice little sort of viewpoint of everywhere around. So if we can get over there, we'll have a little look. The reservoir's over there. Overwater's just slightly over there now, so we might not see that, but hopefully we can get to it. Again, I can't see any paths going to the lake, but I can see what it does interest me is the bottom side of the reservoir where the dam is. So hopefully we can get down to there. Okay, so I found a little fence here that takes us over to here. This is called Castle How. Obviously castle being a castle, and How is an old Norse, Nordic, something, an old name for hill. So Castle Hill, when you do look at the maps, it does look like there is some sort of castle on it. Now I'm just having a look over here, and there is a sign on this gate, so hopefully we'll get through it. If not, we're going to have to go around. So we're in the little town of Orthwaite at the minute, just walking through. If you're ever wanting to go up where I was, there's a little honesty box here, and parking for maybe 3 or 4 cars. But just look at this building. It's amazing, isn't it? I know you see some of these types of buildings down south a lot, but around here you see nothing like that. Okay, so we've just parked up here. This is Overwater, and then the reservoir's here. Right, so it looks like this is the river that leads into the reservoir. And as you can see, it's channeled. It looks like there's a pump house on this side. So we'll go over here, see what we can see. So I'm just walking up to Overwater, having a look at this. I mean, it would have been a natural river at one time, but it's been channeled. You've got some sort of floodplain here. All this area, there's puddles and stuff, so I wouldn't like to walk over that way. I was questioning coming along here, but it looks like there's a path, so I'll come across here, and then we can have a look at the lake. Looks like we've got a nice viewpoint actually. Right, we'll go up here. So this is obviously to do with the reservoir. We've got some sluice gates here, and then all this here, and this is our lovely viewpoint. Deep water and strong currents, united utilities. So all this being a natural lake, yeah, I mean there's no place to get in anyway. I wouldn't like to go swimming in there. But such a nice place though. So there's no paths around this lake. There's two kind of broken down caravans over there. I'm guessing they're the farmers. But there's no real walk around this lake, which is a shame because it's such a nice little lake. You've got, I mean, I've literally just come through a field, and then you've got these points here, which obviously guides in the water for the reservoir further down. Again, this is a natural lake, but obviously with this workings, it feeds villages further down. This is the overwater flow meter chamber. Yeah, there's another one here. So albeit man-made, this is quite old. You know, these walls here, they've been here quite some time. And as you can see, no swimming. But you know what? I would like to be swimming in there. Looks like it's quite deep as well. Right, on to the next one. We're going to go and see if we can get to the further down the river now and have a look at the reservoir, which has also got a dam which I'm quite interested in seeing. Again, this is on the outskirts of the Lake District, back of Skidder, I would call it. I mean, we're not on the fringe of the Lake District, but we're still in the Lake District. But we're seeing places that, well, I've never been to. Been past, but I've never actually been to have a look at these things. We've all been up cat bells. We've all seen videos of cat bells. I myself have done about 3 or 4 videos on cat bells. So now I'm just trying to sort of have a look at the places that I haven't been to. Hopefully people will get interested themselves. I mean, it's not a fell, but it's something different. You know, we've got Morgan Marine Limited. Now, who are they? And what does this do? So this is obviously something to do with the reservoir, whether it's another flow meter, I'm not sure. Right, so we're going to have a quick look at the map, see which way is the easiest way to get to the reservoir. Hopefully we can get close to it. Right, so I found a parking place. It's quite busy actually because people are going up on the fells. It's near a place called Longlands. So we're just going to walk up now. Okay, so I have the DJI selfie stick, which is now broken. I just pulled it and it all came out, which is a bit annoying. So I've now got a little mini selfie stick. Hang on. Little mini selfie stick with a useless long one that's now just a sword. So I've never been along this footpath before. When I looked at the map I thought, oh, maybe I couldn't get through, but I seen someone I knew actually run into Keswick. There is a way through, so you can actually go from the opposite side. The river's just down there. It's about 50 feet below me, and if that's anything to go by, I don't think this path goes down much, so when we get to this dam it should be quite interesting. There we go, you can just see the river down there. Okay, you can see why I didn't think there was a way through by car, so I've come from Longlands here, parked on that corner, and we're just walking along here. It's about 1 mile, and then we're just getting to this point here. FB, I'm assuming is footbridge. Bull Copy Wood, that's that wood there, and we've got Chapel House Farm. This is actually, this river's going down this way, so it goes past, so we're actually up the river, and this is this is the dam. So again, this goes to the River Ellen. So this goes to two towns on the west coast, Maryport and Spatria. This is the river that we followed coming down, which meets into here. And this is the reservoir that I've seen on the map. Now it'd be good if we can get out over there. No authorised access. Okay, so we're not going out to that little bridge bit there. I mean, I probably could, but we've got no authorised access beyond this point. So this is like the overflow for the river. Obviously just trickling down right in here. Yeah, so this is the overflow, which is at the moment just peaking on being used, and obviously that goes off into this floodplain here and meets up with the river that comes down the other side. I would imagine that's a pump house of some kind. Again, I've got no real knowledge about these places, just a general interest. So this is where the main part of the river comes in, at the start of the river, where you've got the reservoir. Again, it would be great to go along there, but we don't have any access. Look at these old arches. I wonder if that's sort of like strengthening the walls maybe, or an old pipeline or something. So that river actually goes on further up that way, so I'm just wondering if it comes out and then you've got these two spillways where this one is kind of being used at the moment and the one over there isn't. Let's have a look at this step to waterfall. So you can imagine how deep this reservoir is, because you've got maybe about 30 foot. So I'd imagine it's very similar on this side. It's a big structure. So this is what I could see from up in the fells there. I could just see this kind of structure in the dam. In fact, I was just about there. So again, this is drinking water. A lot of work's gone into this over the years. Little like sensor on the bridge there. Looks maybe it's a depth gauge or something. So two power cables going over to it. One's going to that one. Goes into a whisker box, and you've got this other pole next to it for something else. And then you've got a working farm over there. That'll be Chapel House Farm. So what I thought was a new build is a house getting renovated. There's an old, what looks like an old pump. This building here, don't know, I'm guessing 80s, 90s maybe. So I don't know entirely what it does, but you have got significant power going down to it. Survey monument. Do not disturb. So I'm assuming this is, there's another one over there, and yeah, there's another two down there. So I'm thinking these are put here for theodolites, so they can see if there's any movement, and they'll have measurements of what the level is like on the dam itself. So they'll be in there to see if there's any movement, left, right, up or down. And these are probably perfectly in line. Now I'm just guessing that that's what I assume they're for, just because the way they are, and it does look like they need to be perfectly in line so they can see any sort of movement. Because I mean, if that's as much water as it is from that side, that's a lot of pressure going in. So hopefully it stays strong. That is an interesting building there though, that house, just all by itself in this little dip, in this little valley. I mean, nice and easy to get to, but you are in the middle of nowhere. Such a quiet place. I only met one person, and that person was a local person again. Right, well, so that was another little mini adventure. Seeing something on a map, or in real life in this case, from a hill, and going down and seeing what it's like. This is all the stuff when you turn on a tap, all that's behind it. And again, that's before it hits the treatment plants, before it hits you pumping stations or anything like that. All this is just to feed, to get water to our taps. And again, that is just a small version. That's just feeding maybe 100, 200 people. I'm not too sure. All around this area, you know, you've got the overwater lake, you've got this little reservoir here, and stationed all around I've noticed United Utilities, which is the local water company, labels and little mini structures around. So a lot's gone in around these points to feed water to probably all the little villages that are around here. Right, that's been another successful exploration, seeing something up high, coming down and having a look. This has been Lost in the Lakes, and we'll see you in the next one.